know a little bit now.
All right, we're here on the set of The Vampire Diaries, hanging out on Caroline's porch with Paul Wesley.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great.
It's
I'm
nice to be
great.
back.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Okay, so the end of the last episode, Isabel returned.
Yes.
That's what
Is
we're.
that where is that where we are?
That's where we're at.
We
That's
haven't
what
been
we.
airing for that long. I feel like we did that like 3.5 years ago. Okay. Yes. Isabel returned.
What can we expect without getting too spoilery? For Stefan, what's the impact of Elena's, because we do know that Isabel and John are not too pleased with Elena's involvement with Stefan.
Right. I don't know. I'd say. Yeah, I mean he's always in danger, but I don't know. I feel like, man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that like Stefan can take Isabel pretty easily. I give Stefan more credit than that. No, but I don't know. I mean, I think that it's an interesting thing for Isabel to come back because for so long Elena's been in Mystic Falls and she's been the daughter of these two people that passed away in this car accident, and so it's kind of like when she comes back, she stirs the pot because Jenna is pretty oblivious, and as always, and people in the town just sort of it's a mystery that still is yet to be unveiled. So there's that risk factor,
In the last episode, we saw Stefan and Damon sort of forced to work with Catherine, which was a little bit of a surprise. Are we going to see them? I mean, can we trust Catherine at this point, working with them?
No, never, never. Don't ask rhetorical questions. Never. The minute you trust Catherine is is when she betrays you. I think that's sort of, as far as I'm concerned, that's I think that's the way they write the character, and I think it's kind of like the minute you think she's in love with Stefan, she, says something to Damon to make him think that he's in love with her, and I think that's sort of her forte. That's her go-to, her game, her strategy. I'd like it if by the end of the finale of the series, we finally can get to the core of, what do you really feel now that it's over? And
do you have feelings?
Do you have feelings? Maybe she doesn't have feelings. Maybe she's literally apathetic at all times. No, but that's sort of an ambiguous thing that I think that is left for the audience to figure out.
What's it like doing scenes as an actor when there's a scene with Elena and Catherine? And is it like cool to watch her do her thing both ways, or
they
is it
get
just
a holographic image of why are you laughing? What do you mean? We have crazy technology here. They get a holographic image of Nina, and they get them too.
But like seriously, is it like? Is it frustrating to have to do everything? I mean, I know you do everything a million times anyway, but you have to do it a million times.
It's not. No, it's not actually because they don't. I mean, it's interesting because what they'll do is they'll take they'll shoot one version, and they'll have the Nina double, and then they'll shoot the other version and they'll put the Nina double as Catherine, and so then they'll do a split. They'll literally split the screen and combine the two images, so that
cool.
And they set the track. So it's set perfectly. So you're actually watching two separate takes, obviously, but they're playing simultaneously, split together on the screen.
So what you're saying is Nina does not have a hidden evil twin.
They take scissors, they cut it, and then they take some Scotch tape, and then they put it on your television.
High tech stuff happening.
It's amazing. I watched them do. I did it last episode. I did the Scotch, the gluing. An expert.
You're very multi-talented, Paul Wesley.
Scotch tape. Used to Scotch tape for a living.
So we know that Stefan has been sort of slowly drinking blood, and we saw that really cool flashback, which I know you had a really fun time shooting.
Yeah.
When he went all blood crazy.
I enjoy it.
Now that Klaus is imminent, and Stefan's going to have to be at his strongest.
Klaus.
Who? What? I'm allowed to say that. We know Klaus is on set.
I don't know.
But now that the threat is getting bigger as we move toward the end of the season, is Stefan going to have to drink blood again to become, big, powerful, scary Stefan again?
Good question. Very good question.
I should write this stuff.
Damn, you're good. No, I think I don't know. I think that's always an option. He has been drinking blood. You know, we've kind of like inferred that he's drinking blood slowly every day to gain strength, so that we sort of set up the fact that if it were to come down to a physical altercation and Stefan does kick some ass, it's not completely out of left field, because he's been, you know, he's been in the gym.
Drinking ass-kicking juice.
He's been drinking right, ass-kicking juice. That's good. That's pretty
I
much
told you I should write this stuff.
You're amazing.
But I know you love shooting those scenes where he kind of flies off the handle, right?
Yeah.
Are you hoping for more?
It's a you know, it's a release for my own sort of it's a cathartic moment for myself, because I'm always playing Stefan. It's like I always feel like he's like a soda bottle that's, you know, been shaken, and it's just like and I get to do these flashbacks, and it's like you know, I get to get in there and have fun.
Are you always hoping for more of those?
I am secretly.
More crazy
you know?
stuff.
And then, you know, look, I'm excited because, you know, fortunately the show is evolving, so it's going to be on the air for a little bit, knock on wood. And, you know, I think that it'll be something that the writers will explore. You know, I'm assuming that's just somewhere we would go.
I hope so. It's fun to watch.
I enjoy that. I like it. And it would be great to do that. I mean, I know he did it a little bit season 1 in present day, but he was very guilt-ridden whilst doing it. And I just feel like, I don't know, if something happens and Stefan flies off the handle, which is so inevitable in my opinion, it'd be crazy if he just sort of, I mean, it'd be interesting if he just sort of became consumed in this dark side with no guilt and just committed to it.
Yeah.
You know, to shut off his emotions.
I'd like
You
it.
can tell I have a sociopathic side. I have like a dark sociopathic.
I know this about you.
Trying to sort of live
Burst
through
out.
Stefan. Yeah.
Stefan and Caroline have really developed a great sort of friendship this season. And now
I love working with Candace. I adore doing scenes with her because I enjoy that chemistry.
Yeah, there's a great chemistry.
She's
It's definitely
great. Yeah.
definitely something that I hope gets explored in the future. But right now that Matt knows that she's a vampire, he doesn't really know about the Salvatores yet. But is that gonna impact Stefan in any way? Is Matt knowing and talking to the sheriff gonna, you know, cause problems for Stefan and Damon coming up?
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine
He's
that it
gonna
would.
snap his neck.
Don't snap.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. I was joking. No, I think for sure. It's interesting because like there's really no one left that you know there's Jenna, you know there's obviously a bunch of characters that are still oblivious, but Matt was like one of the few remaining. You know, we inevitably, of course, they must all find out the dark
Someday.
secret.
Do you think now that he knows, eventually Matt and Stefan will like develop a friendship? There have been some hints toward them maybe possibly being friends in the future.
A bromance.
Yeah, you need a bromance.
I want a bromance with Matt. That's what I want.
There we go. That's the headline
Movies,
of my article.
we can go see, you know, all kinds of flicks together, vampire flicks.
Fun times.
Good times.
In the lake house scene, when the idea of their future, Stefan and Elena's future, was brought up, she didn't want to talk about it, but he was sort of willing to talk about it. What do you think? You know, as like an actor, what do you think that Stefan's opinion is on, you know, the potential of Elena turning into a vampire? And
I mean, it's like a very sort of odd line to walk, because there is, look, on the positive side, it's like, you know, it's like we can be in love forever and do this forever and be happy forever. You know, if we're going to speak from a really logical sense, it's difficult for me to not understand why Elena wouldn't want to be a vampire, because I feel like, look, if it gets really bad and you're really bored and we start fighting terribly, I just take the ring off. Just have them to the sun.
yeah, that's true.
If you're really bored, just take it off. You know what I mean?
1,000 years from now, if you're just like kind of
if you're like, this is crazy, like I'm so bored, I visited every continent, you know. But no, but if, you know, we're suspending disbelief and talking about it from a very sort of like, you know, metaphorical, kind of symbolic way, I do think that there's this, there's a torturous side to being a vampire,
Yeah.
and it's this guilt-ridden, tortured, dark place that can manifest inside of you. And I think that Stefan has seen the worst of it, the darkest parts, so he knows that Elena would have to endure that.
Mhm.
And that would be selfish of him to want to impose that upon him. But
Right.
at the same time, he can't not be like, listen, hey, I don't want you to get old and die. Can we just, want to do this? But
Don't get old and gross, please.
yeah, I'll still love you,
Maybe.
I think. No, I'm just kidding.
And of course, I have to ask you the really important question, which is, how's Twitter treating you?
That is it's the most important question
Mhm.
of all. Good.
That's why I do my job.
Good. I'm still a novice. I'm slowly just getting the hang of it. I think it's great. I really enjoy. I haven't done much on it. I got to be honest with you, but I enjoy the idea of making a fool out of myself publicly. I think I'm always a fan of that.
What finally pushed you over the edge?
I think it was just like.
Too many people asking you, when are you gonna get Twitter?
That's what it was. I got too many letters in the mail and too many petitions, and so I finally said, fine. No, it was like, I just feel like I had to really think about it. I had to really think about what it was, and if I wanted it. And I sort of thought about it for 2 years.
It's
and
fun.
And realized that the pros outweigh the cons.